What up, Pokemon peeps? Sorry for the mess at the back. Got some boxes over there because I'm moving. But welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be bringing you a matchup between Giratina Vstar and Lugia Vstar with Duraludon and friends, you can say here. I'm playing here with one of the local kids that also is trying to learn a little bit from the game. So if you see that he's doing some misplays, bear with him. He's learning, so be nice. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the matchup. So let's go ahead and switch to over there. All right, so we start over here. The little kid has quite playable cards in hand. He's going first, starting Duraludon, trekking Shoe, discarding that single strike energy. Not that, I mean, I would have kept it, but I would prefer like to draw more cards. So early in the game, it doesn't necessarily, you don't necessarily need it. I would have for sure kept that Serena, you know, because it's a supporter for next turn. And over here also I would have not discarded it and also kept it, because for next turn I would, or instead of playing the Ultra Ball now, I would have just wait, attach an energy into the Duraludon or the Tyranitar, and then proceed for next turn to use the Ultra Ball, discarding that Archeops, getting myself another Archeops, and then play the Serena, discarding 2 and draw a bunch of cards, and then evolve and do all the shenanigans here. But we start with Colress on our side here. A tip that I learned a little bit from is that if you have Greninja, Comfy, and Colress, you kind of want to play Colress first, then you want a Greninja, and then you want a Comfy, to like optimize or guarantee cool cards, or the cards that you actually need for the next turns. VIP pass for our setup. We're probably gonna get another Comfy, as you guys can see right there, and probably Greninja if it is not priced, because it looks like it's priced. But we're gonna head and grab Kramer in here. So if we can manage to get 4 cards in the lost zones, we can manage to do a couple of damage here. 110 to this Duraludon here, because he's a beast of a Pokemon. And at the moment, my opponent does not have a Lugia Vstar, so that's working in our favor also. And now we have, and also I forgot to, I completely skipped the Giratina in the bench. And now we're gonna go ahead. I have an energy in hand as well, and I think it's double rope. So I think we're good for the rope Cramorant 110, sorry, and do good stuff. So now we are up to 4 for sure, discarding that Pokegear and having Colress for next turn. Super awesome. And now we just attach energy into the Tina, prepping it up. And since we have another switching option here, we're just gonna spam this Duraludon for 110 damage. And now if we hit it one more time, it's gonna get knocked out. But if he evolves, which he has the evolution, that means that I have to hit it 3 times with Cramorant, which is not okay. But easy, little by little, we get there. You know how it goes. And unfortunately, my opponent does not have, the little kid does not have a supporter. Like I said, if he would have kept the Serena, potentially he could have draw into a couple of more cards and then save the second Serena and then draw more cards. Colress for us, we're gonna go up to 6 into the lot zone, and then I think attaching an energy into the Tina, prepping it up a little bit more, and then 110 more damage into this Duraludon, because we can see here that my opponent is on top deck mode, so not that much that I can do. I can just even bench that Sableye for later and just smack that Duraludon for 110 more damage. A total of 220. Like I said, hit it for hit it 3 times, and then we'll get there. Now he draws a gift energy Since he's gonna get knocked out, I would have just attached the gift energy into the active, so that way we can draw up to 7 more cards into the next turn and do Gucci stuff. But since we're trying to be nice here, we're gonna go ahead and poke damage into the T-Tar and swing for 110 on that one, so that the kid can actually play the game. And now he's going to be using the first attack that hits for 60 plus the single strike energy is a plus 20. That will be 80 damage and discard the top 2. He in the process discards a VIP pass, which is actually pretty good on our side because we want those in the discard pile. After turn 1, you don't want to see them no more, so it's kind of like eh. And then we put in that Manaphy because we don't need it on this matchup. And we're gonna go ahead and pass into the kid. The kid draws a Stone Journer, which is it's okay now for this turn, and the gift energy there is pretty good. And then he's gonna hit us for weakness and discard the top 2, which is not good on our end. Why? Because we needed that Vstar. We kind of need that Vstar here. He thought he knocked out another one, but he only ate. He only hit 80 for the Cramorant last turn, so he doesn't get like that bonus for it. But he actually discarded 2 cards that we actually, I mean one of them, because we don't want to play more than 2 Tinas in this matchup, I guess. We kind of want to play only one. If he would have prepped up the Lugia, then we would have been like, oh, I gotta speed up, you know, because Lugia, once Lugia is set up, has V-Star, Archeops, all the cards, is a menace. There's no way you can stop it. So you have to take advantage of this little brick moments here when the Lugia player is dead though. And then we managed to find ourselves a V-Star out of the Cold Wrist. We're gonna be using the Mirage Gate, attaching energies into the Pokemons here. We are doing that because once we attack with the V-Star, we're gonna be swinging for 280, and instead of discarding the energies in the Tina, I will prefer to discard the ones in the bench because none of them needs it. I mean, they would have needed because he bumped my stadium for the single strike. Now in this scenario, he uses the single strike tower more than once, but that's okay because he's on the learning process, so it doesn't really matter that much. And then after we finish here, I told him, hey, you can only use it once, you know, to teach him the ropes. And he was like, oh, I forgot. And I was like, okay, it's totally cool. But now he has the Stone Journer here, kind of like a checkmate scenario here for him. He was asking me about the energies in the Tina, why I didn't discard them with the Lost Zone, but I said no, because since I had 2 in the bench, you can discard 2 energies from your Pokemon. It doesn't have to be from the Tina. So he was like, oh, cool. And then now the V-Star Lugia, the V Lugia hits the bench, attaching water energy into the Cramorant, and is that a boss in our hand? Yes, it is a boss, so we can just potentially boss's orders the Lugia here, and then use the V-Star, knock it out, and then next turn knock out the VMAX. But no, we're gonna be swinging for 280 into this VMAX, and now for next turn, all we have to do is V-Star and take the dub. And there it is. That's he did that. He sequenced it wrong, but he's gonna search for a Pokemon in the deck and get it out. And I think he prized the Greninja. I don't know. He was looking for, no, he has a Serena. So I think he prized a specific Pokemon that he wanted to draw or play. That's why he was like, oh no. But now he's gonna get those Archeops. He's going to be using the Vstar, accelerating 2 energies into this Lugia and accelerating 2 more into the other bench Lugia, so that way they're both ready to attack. But not that it matters, because on our next turn we're gonna do the Vstar here and go to game 2. Yep. And now for our next turn, he's gonna go. I think he's gonna go first, and then you see me there letting him know, oh, you can only use this one. But it's okay, because it's good to teach them so that they know, so that they don't make the same mistakes later on with other players. Because this night was a 5-round tournament. And there was like a lot of people, like 23 players. So, but yeah, always a pleasure to teach the new generation of Pokemon Masters in TCG. Also, his father plays a lot of Pokemon TCG, so he's a pro. So he's also teaching him how to play. So that will be my future kid also. Once I got the baby. And I think the kid has a mulligan, and I also have a mulligan. So that means that they both cancel each other, and none of us draw an extra card once we set up. If you're not familiar with the mulligans, if, like for example, I had a mulligan, I didn't have no basic Pokemon in my hand, I would show my hand into my opponent, and then that will be a mulligan. If he would have had a Pokemon, then after he set up, right there setting the prices, he will take one card for the mulligan. You don't have to take the mulligan if you don't want to, but most of the time you kind of want to draw that extra card, because if you draw that extra card, some extra cards that probably can be useful for you. But I don't think he drew it. I could be wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think he did. 1, 2. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I think he did. That's why he was like hesitant, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't saw it. But no. Wait, yeah, since we both drew had mulligans, they cancel each other, so none of us draw. So my bad. Scratch that. So he's going to be playing Ultra Ball, discarding 2 Stonjourners in here. I would have kept 1, because since he's facing a single pricer, you kind of want to attack with single pricer. Man, I'm yawning. A single price right here. And then he's playing Nest Ball, getting himself a Lugia. Now he already has a what you call it? He has an Archeops in the discard pile. All he needs is a second one in the discard pile, and he should be Gucci for the energy acceleration and to wreak havoc, to be honest. Now let's see if he has energy attachment per turn. He doesn't, but he has supporter for next turn, so that's kind of cool. He can also play that Duraludon if he wishes to do so. But I think he's already set up. He has 2 attackers on his side of the board, on his side of the field. Now we didn't price the Greninja, so that's awesome. All we need is an energy, so we can use the Greninja's ability and just speed up the process here and get a bunch of energies in the Lost Zone. Hopefully we can get 4, so we can start poking damage into this T-Tar and then put pressure in my opponent. Which I have a escape rope, but I don't think I have an energy in hand. Discarding that Nest Ball, getting that. Let's see, we'll figure it out in a few. Escape rope, switching both active Pokemon get switched out. Debating here whether or not I don't have energy in hand. So do I play the? Yeah, I'm here trying to think. What do I get out? Because right now, yes, the stadium will allow us to retreat, but the VIP pass can get us Cramorant, which I don't think we have another Nets Ball in hand, so we can go and search it. But now we already have full bench, so we should be Gucci or good for now. And I think that's going to be a pass from my side. Yeah, I didn't get the secondary switch. I don't know if I have another supporter in hand. Now let's see. He has a research, so that's kind of cool. Research, ultra, and then out of the research, like I said, he could have potentially at bench the Duraludon, but not that he needs it on this matchup, because the Duraludon is mainly there for the mirror match, so you can use Duraludon and hit it for 220, take advantage of the Duraludon's ability, and do good stuff. Serena is also pretty good in this matchup because you can heal the damage from the Cramorants and the damage from Sableye once it gets set up. And now attaching the playing the stadium, sorry, he can also attach that energy into the Lugia and then use Read the Wind. Yeah, right now, yes, I think he has 2 Archeops in the discard pile. No, he only has 1, so like I said, he can get himself, well, he can evolve also, but at the same time, he could have potentially get another Archeops and use Read the Wind. But over here, I think what he could have done here in this matchup, I don't know if he's going to be using the Vstar, but he could have used the Vstar to get 1 Archeops and then attach energy there, search his deck for a turbo energy in another one, and then start putting pressure on us, taking the knockout and taking the first prize, which is, you know, like I said, it's going to be a problem there for us, because if he starts taking prizes and we don't have all the cards, all the necessary cards in the lost zone to just get moving. Look at that hand. Oof, that is pretty rough. I don't know what it is, but it looks shiny stuff. So we have 2 Tinas and energy recycler. Damn. Yeah, pretty much it. 2 Tinas and 1 Vstar. No, 1 Vstar and a 1/1 line of the Vstar of Giratina. And now here, this flower selecting here is kind of rough. Just debating here whether or not which energy I discard. But oh, it was between Chorus or energy. But I think we want to play that energy so we can use Greninja, draw potentially 2 more cards, and also we have Mirage Gate, so we should be in a pretty decent spot. Because I can, even though I can use Mirage Gate to accelerate energy potentially into my Tina, I cannot take the knockout in this Lugia V-Star due to the fact that this V-Star has a the V-Guard energy that reduces damage by 30. So that's kind of annoying, if you ask me, my good sir. And then he's going to be using, I think, Research again? No, he's using Serena to discard his hand and draw 5. Nothing there so far, but just debating whether or not he brings out the Archeops. He only has 1, but like I said, if he would have get that one into the bench last turn, he would have just start taking knockouts left and right. And then, yes, he would have 110, but then he would have 2 prices up ahead. And then he has Serena. He has Serena to heal 20 damage out of all of his Pokemon, if I'm correct. So I'm here suggesting, yes, you have 1 Archeops in the discard pile, but you can potentially bring it out and here take the knockout on this Cramorant. Yes, it's going to be kind of a tricky situation, because if he does what I suggested that he could have done, he takes the knockout here on this Cramorant, and then I go with Giratina and slap him for 280 minus 30, and it will still guarantee the knockout. But you know, it's kind of cool. But then after that, he would have had the Tyranitar there, which he could have used the that single Archeops and then search his deck for a Turbo Energy and a Single Strike Energy, and then swinging this Giratina for 260 damage, if I'm correct. I don't know how much damage. I think it does 250, 260, 270. Well, it wouldn't be a knockout, but still, if he had, he could have just searched for it. That's what I'm trying to do. That he could have just gotten set up a little bit. Yes, having one Archeops is it's a downside. It's not good, but it's better than none. So take notes, my young Padawan. But he finally managed to get 2 in the discard pile. So there it is, and he is just going ham on this V-Guard energies there, attaching a good lord of them. Unfortunately, only one of them gets applicable out of the 30 less damage, because you can't have more than one. That card is good, that energy card is good, but it's not that good. You know, reducing 30 damage, yes, it's okay, but imagine if you can reduce 120. That would have been broken. Now he takes his first knockout here, and we promote our Comfy there. Playing nest ball, see what the heck we get. Finding ourselves another Cram Otic. And then now we can use Flower Selecting, potentially putting one more card into the Lost Zone, so we can get that that 10 count of cards in the Lost Zone. So the way we can use our Vstar to take potentially a free knockout on our next turn. You see me here that I'm just discarding a bunch of Tinas, but the thing is that in this matchup, going up against Lugia, you kind of want to, if you have the chance of setting up a Giratina and attacking with one, good. If you cannot, then don't. Unfortunately, I don't have any like Pokemon recoveries in this list, because this list is kind of weird, but at the same time it's kind of cool. So, and I also have to show you guys this list that I'm playing with Giratina, and also a list of Miraidon that we also built, me and Juan built it, and then we were playing on our local tournaments on Thursdays at House Rules, and we managed to be 4 wins and 1 tie each. We had the same breaker. He got first and I got second, so that's pretty cool. And my tie was against him, so team effort, teamwork makes the dream work. So pretty Gucci berry there. And here comes this young gentleman attaching 3 single strike energies into this guy and discarding the top 2 cards of the deck, which is not good because I need those energies. Yes, we have energy recycler, but I would have preferred to draw into that leaf energy so I can discard it with Greninja and actually draw 2 cards. But right now, I think we are in a safe position. We're in a good state. You kind of, I guess you could say. I think I have one more Mirage Gate in hand, so we can potentially use it and do the same thing that we did last game, where we can gate 2 energies into 2 random Pokemons, probably a water energy, or yeah, a water energy and a leaf energy, or however you want to do it. Here he's doing like the stuff, and like I said, there it is, attaching those 2 energies, not to 2 random Pokemons, but we got ourselves there it is, you know what I'm saying, discarding the 2 energies, because yes, I could have taken the knockout in this T-Tar, but at the same time I'm kind of like that's the wrong Pokemon, my buddy. He's afraid of the Sableye. So he gushed the Sableye. But you can see here that he has another energy, so he could have taken care of that Giratina. So that's a little misplay that he did there, but nonetheless, like I say, it's learning step for him. So we could coach him later once he see this video, because he told me, you send the video to my dad and I'll see the video. So if you're watching the video, you should have taken the knockout on the Tina with, I mean, even if you attach the turbo energy, I think you could have potentially taken the knockout in the Tina, because I think the Tyranitar does 250 flat or 240. If he does 240, then you have 40 plus, that's 280. So you can potentially take in the knockout. If you do 250, then that will be more than enough. And then we attach the... Yeah, he's preparing himself for for the Water Shuriken that I'm gonna do here. I think. Because I don't have... Nah, I do not. Well, I mean, I could draw into it. Roxanne shrinking his hand size into from like 4 or 5 cards into 2. And I will be drawing 6 new cards, which is pretty good. Pretty good for our side of the field. Now, if we draw the water energy that we just shuffle back in, we can do 90 damage into those 2 guys. So that's kind of cool. There it is. We draw the water. So it is good. Oh no, he did damage to those 2 because of Halusha. I skipped that one. So if you're kind of wondering why he did it, yeah, I played the Halusha, did 10 damage to those 2 Pokemons, and then Midnight Shuriken, or however you call it. I know it's a Shuriken. Shuriken for 90 damage into those 2 guys, so that potentially we can knock them out later. There's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There is the energy. Right here, I'm trying to tell him that not to use his second attack, but to use the first one, because he has enough energies to knock me out. I think it does 60 plus 60. That's 120. No, yes, he used the... He wanted to use the milling of 2 cards, but I told him, hey, you're only doing 120. So you have to use the second attack to do 240 and knock it out. And that's why he discarded the top 4. And now here, just doing my last Mirage Gate, if I'm correct. And we're just gonna whiff it. I mean, we have him on the checkmate on next turn, so I'm not that worried of it. I'm just trying to play with him, trying to prolong the game so that way he can have fun with it. He can use the Serena so that he can heal damage from those 2 Pokemons. And then all I need is Boss's Orders. Yeah, I'm reminding him that he can use the ability. Potentially he can use... we can, if we top deck Boss's Orders, we can get Boss's Orders to knock it out. But we also would need the energy. So that's kind of sad on our part, and no supporters, so that's kind of rough. So what I was thinking here, that I could do something, but no, I can't. I only have 1 prize card remaining because I took 2 last turn. So I can potentially retreat into a Cramorant, but I don't have a Cramorant, so that's kind of roughy. 3 energies. Playing our last, I think our first or last energy recycler, and I think we just have to pass, unfortunately. Yeah, and then hopefully for for the top deck is a a card, but he's using. He said here, I know you're gonna top deck the energy, so I might lose on my own terms. And I was like, okay, yo. You can go ahead and lose on your own terms. So he just played research to deck out, so that way we don't draw into the energies and knock that out. Pretty cool guy. He's very, very funny. But there it is. That's the matchup between Giratina, Vstar, and Lugia. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe down below. Help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers. That's the max goal for now. The mini goal is to help me reach 300 subscribers. 300 subscribers, I will be doing a giveaway of 2 elite trainer boxes of whatever set is out yet, which I think is Scarlet and Violet. So if you want to potentially win 2 ETBs from Scarlet and Violet, help me reach my goal. It's only 1 click away, so help me out. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Thank you for watching.
With